This is instant reactions right after the 4th and 12 incompletion intended for Pat Frymuth.
Hey.
What the fuck was this game tonight?
Hey. You see the
what
sign?
The fuck was
Read
this
and
game
weep.
tonight?
Read and weep. Read and weep, because that's what's going to be the outcome. That's what's going to be the outcome come wild card weekend. This team is ass. This team is garbage. They are just terrible. On both sides of the ball.
This team is so bad. This team is not worthy of the playoffs. If they didn't clinch the playoffs, they definitely wouldn't be in it. No, I mean, obviously, but oh my God.
Dude, they clinched the playoffs, and they didn't even win to clinch the playoffs. A team won in order for them to clinch. Yeah. They didn't clinch it themselves.
Yeah, they didn't win to get into the playoffs. Teams lost for them to get into the playoffs.
They won enough games to get into the playoffs, but they didn't win themselves to officially clinch it themselves.
That is now 4. Yes, you heard me right. 4 straight losses at the end of the season. 4 to the Eagles, the Chiefs, or the Ravens, the Chiefs, and now the Bengals. It keeps the Bengals' playoff hopes alive for tomorrow. The Steelers lose 4 straight heading into most likely Baltimore, because the Chargers aren't losing to the fucking Raiders. Yeah, we will not go to Houston. We will not get the 5th seed. I am telling you right now, you don't have to watch that Chargers and Raiders game.
No, Chargers are still fighting for a higher seed.
We are going to Baltimore tomorrow. It'll be official tomorrow. We will go to Baltimore.
And the Steelers will now finish on 4 straight losses with an official regular season record of 10-7. They were 10-7 last year with 3 different fucking quarterbacks, backup quarterbacks.
We've got 2 words for
Knight Rider says Tomlin got his non-losing season championship a month ago, so he's good. That's the problem. And that's why we will go one and done again. Elijah.
We've got 2 words for you.
We about to make it 5 straight losses. Nothing new. Exactly. Nothing new. This is the exact same ending all over again for another season.
We said this last year and the season before that and the season before that. It is literally like putting in a VHS tape and pressing the rewind button until it gets to the beginning of the film.
It's the exact same finish. You might rewrite certain cast members. You might rewrite certain ways of how the season goes. But in the end, it's the same fucking thing. Every time.
It's the same shitty sequel. It's the same shitty movie. It's the same concept, the same principle at the end of it all.
If you're not down with that,
Rob,
we've got 2 words for
all
you.
Russ had to do was go out of bounds. I agree. That's where we'll start this post game. What the fuck was that entire last drive? What was that? Awful clock management. They had 1 timeout left. 1 timeout left with what, a minute 50? Something like that?
151. 151 left to go.
They had to at least get to the Cincinnati 40 to get Boz in range. And they end up with a 4th and 2 situation, or 4th and 12.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Edward, I feel bad for the defense. They played heroically. They did. Only 19 points allowed.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
Russ
you.
overthrows George Pickens. Yeah. On that 3rd and 12, before it became a 4th and 12, Russ overthrew Pickens. He is wide open. How do you not lead Pickens inside?
He missed him.
That is a touchdown.
He missed him.
That is a touchdown. Pickens, 1 catch, 0 yards.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Man, no yeet. No yeet.
No, we're not yeeting. We're not yeeting. No. To start that drive, they were at their own 22 with 151 left to go. They only got to the 40. They only got to the 40, only got 16 yards.
That's it.
Off 7 plays. And they wasted 1 minute and 40 fucking seconds.
That, we've got 2 words for
Eddie
you.
T, Russ and George Pickens sucked today. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They 100% sucked today.
If you're not down with that,
These super chats, man.
we've got 2 words for
And Tony with 999 doesn't even say nothing. Speechless, just like us. That entire last drive was an absolute circus. They had 1 timeout, 151. Russ runs for a first down, doesn't go out of bounds. He doesn't go out of bounds.
No, he looks at the defender and says, you know what, I could take him.
He doesn't go out of bounds. And then shortly after...
You got one timeout. You're under a minute. You're a veteran quarterback at that. Why are you not looking to get out of bounds?
And then
what was he thinking in that moment?
I don't know. He thought he was him. He thought he was...
Yeah, listen, Russ, I'm telling you right now, you haven't been cooking lately.
No.
You have not even been microwaving, bro.
No.
You haven't turned the stove on.
I don't want him to
That's
turn...
cold.
I don't want him to turn the stove on. That's the problem. Shortly after he doesn't go out of bounds, he gets sacked. Steelers have to waste their last timeout. They end up in a 3rd and 12 situation. Pickens is wide open.
If you're not down with that, we've got
Charlie with a
2 words
$4.99.
for you.
Ravens versus Steelers, Chargers versus Texans. Hell yeah. That's the wild card for the AFC.
If you're
Antonio.
not down with that,
Antonio M with a
we've
$1.99.
got 2 words for you.
The standard is a winning season, unfortunately. That's success to them. This team is good enough to
If
get
you're
a...
not down
Winning
with
Wow.
record. A winning record. And dude, these super chats are just coming right in for this post game.
We own Lamar. Let's shock the world. Bro,
You can't really say
Lamar
that after
didn't
the
own
last
us.
matchup.
Lamar didn't own us a couple weeks ago. And this is the postseason in their house. You know how strong the Ravens are in the postseason?
You know how strong they are right now?
Mentally, and the way that the Steelers game plan against the Ravens compared they would to Houston, they go into that game a little more focused than they would. Right? They just based on the natural ability of the rivalry and everything about it, they're gonna go into that game thinking differently, a lot more focused, but that doesn't give me any hope for next week. It doesn't. It doesn't. The way this team performed, the way the offense was absolute trash, the way Russ was tonight.
Yeah, like you
Garbage.
stated,
Garbage.
he missed Pickens, bro. You cannot ask for Pickens to be any more wide open than he was.
A guy that has dropped 3 passes tonight, has 1 single catch for 0 yards, and he's wide open, and you don't lead him inside. What type of throw is that?
Yeah, Pickens, he came into this game with exactly 900 receiving yards on the season. He exited to tonight's game with exactly 900 yards on the season.
If you're not down with that, we've got 2 words for
Sean
you.
Payne, I understand now. Broncos fans, I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, this ride that we're on, I want out. I want to get out of the car.
The Steelers cannot start Russell Wilson next week. They will because he's the veteran and he has playoff experience and this and that. He's a future Hall of Famer, whatever.
As soon as
I don't
signed,
care.
as soon as he signed on the dotted line, that was Tomlin's go-to guy. And with Tomlin, he always goes with his guy. He always goes with his go-to.
I don't care for any of that. You go
That's
with
not a valid. That is not a valid excuse.
You go with the guy that's going to put your team in the best position to win. Russ does not right now.
no.
He has been a big reason why the team is now on a 4-game losing streak. A massive reason. He has gotten figured out. Defenses do not fear Russ. He is a one-trick pony. He goes for the moon ball 7 fucking times a game. Half of them don't even come down. And he does nothing else. He offers nothing. He did earlier because teams couldn't figure him out. Teams didn't know what to expect. Now they figured him out. Now it's time to put Justin Fields in at quarterback. Let's see what he's learned under Russ. Let's see what he can bring to the table. If anything, he'll use his legs to get us up the field and get us in the end zone, in the red zone. They cannot start Russ next week, but
No.
I know they're going to. Russ has been trash the last 4 weeks. Trash. Garbage.
Just not good. He has not been playing well.
Dude, this offense had 91 yards heading into the 4th quarter. 91. Russ in the 3rd quarter had 6 passing yards, which was a check down to Najee.
Dog, he had 45 at halftime.
Our leading receiver heading into the 4th quarter was Mike Williams with 25 yards, which was a moon ball at the end of the 1st quarter.
Where's Mike Williams? Where's Mike Williams? He's not here?
Where's the competent offense? Are you fucking serious? You expect me to believe with this offense, with this entire whatever you want to call
Shit
it,
show.
you expect me to think this is going to be threatening in the playoffs versus the Ravens? Hard pass. Hard pass.
No, they're not. This offense is not.
No.
That's for damn sure. Russ is not.
Russ does nothing for this offense no more. Russ has ran his course. It is now time for Fields. But that's wishful thinking at this point because it's not going to happen. Unless Tomlin proves me wrong. But knowing Tomlin and how he's led this team and what he's done in recent years, why should we expect change? In fact, nothing from this game spoke of change. Nothing. The offense was worse for it. The offense had probably the worst game they've seen.
I feel game
ever.
by game. I feel game by game. The offense is just progressing worse. And how many times have we seen this? Another late season collapse.
Cameron Wells with a 49.99 says, I can't with this team anymore. I can't either. I want this season to end. I can't watch this shit no more. The only reason they were within range here, the only reason they were within contention here is because of the defense. The defense allowed 19 points to the Bengals offense. 19. Only one passing touchdown for Joe Burrow. One. That's it.
That was on the opening drive to Jamar Chase. But after that, I will give the defense props. They tried. They really tried. They tried to slow down and limit the guys that they possibly could. They tried to slow down Burrow. They tried to slow down Chase. They tried to slow down Gesicki. They tried to slow down Khalil Herbert, right? The defense tried. They are what kept this team in this game, at the very least. Were they still playing soft? Yes. Were they still getting up a lot of yardage?
And
yes.
why was
Were they still getting up a lot of big plays? Yes.
And why was Corey Trice on Jamar Chase all fucking game?
What
type of matchup is that?
We drafted Joey Porter with the 32nd overall pick just last year. He's our cornerback one, yet he's not on the fucking number one.
Make no sense.
He is not following Chase wherever Chase goes.
No, because everyone on the defense is stationary. That's the problem. The scheme is awful. But the defense did their job. They made stops. They limited a fiery Bengals offense to only 19 points.
Listen, I still don't trust his defense. I don't.
But I got to give them credit.
They tried.
They did. They made stops.
We've got 2 words for you.
RB, same record we had last year. Can't even do the bare minimum and put up a fight against anyone good. Another first-round loss incoming.
Down with that, we've got 2 words for you.
Maul P. Matt Cal. The Ravens are getting a bye week next week.
Yeah, now I want to get to RB's super chat. He said, I can't get to RB. The super chat's coming in.
Made the Bengals defense look great. We're cooked. Got another one. Give me a minute.
If you're not
Yo, shout out to all you guys send these super chats in. Shout out to y'all.
You guys are the MVP, man. Edward, need new offensive tackles, need receivers, new running backs, and a new quarterback.
Yeah, new coaches at the same time, Edward.
The coaching staff sucks. The coaching staff failed this team. The coaching staff 100% failed this team.
Yeah, and quickly, I want to get to RB. He said same record we had last year. And many people were defending Tomlin saying, oh, well, he overachieved with this team. He overachieved with this squad. No, he overachieved last year with what he had to deal with. This year, he changed the quarterback. He changed the OC. He changed everything that he needed to change.
This team was better. This team is better.
Coming into this season, despite the scheduling, despite, the percentage and whatnot, this team was better coming in than they were last season. They upgraded everything. They added more talent. They got better. On paper, they got better. So I don't see how Tomlin overachieved with a better team than he had last season. He had the same record as last season.
But Picker, if you told me before the game the Bengals would only have 19 points, I would have said Steelers would win, especially with our terrible defense. And we still didn't win.
No.
17 points.
No.
And by the way, look at that scoreboard. Look at that scoreboard. Keep in mind, at the end of the first half, the Steelers defense made a stop. Calvin Austin fumbled the ball on a punt return, and the Steelers defense made a stop. Beanie Bishop came up with his 4th interception of the season. They made a stop. The Steelers offense gets the ball back. 2-minute offense. They end up at, I believe, the 38-yard line on their own side of the field. They sneak it on a 3rd and 1. They don't make it.
Then they have to go for it on a 4th and 1, in which they hand it off to Warren.
They don't make it. Because of that, the Ravens, not the Ravens, I'm ahead of myself. The Bengals get the ball back with perfect field position with 2 timeouts remaining.
At the Pittsburgh 31.
Already past midfield.
Yeah.
That gives them 3 free points. And that's what we needed.
You take that away, maybe the Steelers win this game, right?
Why did they elect to go for it on 4th and 1 at that time of the game? Why even risk giving the Bengals the ball back with how hot their offense was, with how often your defense is on the field, why risk giving them the ball at that point with 2 timeouts left, already past midfield? And those 3 points obviously cost us. Looking back at it, that's what we needed. That was a difference maker. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. This coaching failed this team tonight.
This coaching has failed this season. This coaching has failed this season. It has failed this team. It's going to lead us to another one-and-done season. Going on 7, 8 years now, consecutively. We're on our way to losing our 6th straight playoff game.
Is it really 6?
Yes! I'm not kidding.
Pat Frymuth, hell of a game. 8 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Najee Harris, he had the other Steelers touchdown. Might be his last game as a Steeler in Heinz Field. Everyone else, nothing. Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nothing.
How's it that Van Jefferson got more yards than George Pickens? What kind of squad is this?
I don't know. This offense sucked, man. This offense absolutely sucked. It couldn't get down the field. It had no spark. And again, the stats I read to you earlier in the video, how are you supposed to win with that?
You don't. You can't.
And again, props to the defense for doing what they could. It wasn't perfect. I had arguments about what they were doing and the blown coverage and all that, but at the end of the day, they made stops. They got a turnover on Burrow. They did what they had to do. And, they got the one time a bad short punt from the Steelers benefits us. It just hit the toe of Ivy from the Bengals, and they get the ball back. The Steelers get the ball back, which gives them the final score here. They had a chance. They had chance after chance after chance. The defense gave them chance after chance. And the offense still couldn't take advantage. The offense still couldn't get points on the board. They limited the Bengals to 19 points, and the Steelers still couldn't win the game.
Nope.
And in the end, that final drive, I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. Awful time management, awful decisions by Russ. I blame this loss on Russ. I blame this loss on the offense as a whole. I blame it on coaching and their bad decisions. Props to the defense for doing what they could.
They tried.
For giving them the chance to even be in it. For only limiting the Bengals to 1 touchdown and 6 second-half points. Like, unbelievable to even think about that. They had how many sacks on Burrow?
4. They had 4 sacks.
4 sacks on Burrow. 3 passes defended from Cam Hayward alone at the line of scrimmage.
Cam Hayward played his heart out all season.
Benton came away with the sack towards the end, which gave the Steelers the ball back for the one last time. The defense did what they could. They did. And the offense couldn't return the favor.
The offense is just a flat-out failure. Just awful. That's from Wilson. That's from Smith as the coordinator. I lost count on hand on how many tosses he called.
I'm not exactly surprised that they lost. I'm just very mind blown and disappointed in the fashion they lost.
Yeah, listen, when it comes to the Steelers losing, it's not that we're surprised that they lost because we anticipated them losing, right? It's the fashion on how they lose because they had so many opportunities and predicaments where they could have taken this game. They could have done it right. If they just executed properly, if they just didn't make any boneheaded coaching decisions or play calls. It's always in the fashion on how they lose. It's because of the fashion on how they lose. It's why we always expect them to lose. And it seems like every time that they lose, they get worse with how the fashion that they lose.
And that's why
it's a headache.
That's why we can't take this team seriously heading into the
no
postseason.
No team can take this team seriously, bro.
Everyone is begging the Steelers to beat the Ravens so that they can face them in the divisional round. But do you think this team is going to be able to get past the divisional or get past the wild card into the divisional round? No. I think the Ravens are looking at this Steelers team and laughing their ass off. I think they're excited for wild card football.
Lamar, he's licking his chops. Derrick Henry, oh my God. Run all over this defense. He did last time.
This is just a bad game, man. It's like once you don't think the Steelers can top themselves in the way that they lose and the bad fashion that they lose, and they do it. And it leaves you mind blown. Like, how can this get any worse? Especially when this is going on how many years now? It's painfully sickening to watch.
Rinse and repeat, dude.
That's all it is. The play calling sucked. Russ sucked. Dan Moore and the O-line sucked today. Awful. Awful stuff.
They never change.
Awful stuff. How does Pickens have 0 yards, dude? 0. You get Pickens back, and he hasn't made a single fucking difference. Not one. Like, are you kidding me right now?
We got players back. What difference did it make? In the end.
Awful game from the offense. Awful game from Russ. Awful game from coaching.
They can't even get 20 points, bro.
No.
Not even 20.
Led by Mike Tomlin and Russell Wilson, this team has now lost 4 straight heading into the postseason, and we will most likely see Baltimore. I don't see the Raiders upsetting the Chargers. I don't.
No, that's not happening.
No.
No way.
Shout out to Muth. He had himself probably his best game of the season. Worked his ass off. Yeah, he dropped it on 4th down. He did. That sucked. He did. He dropped it. But he still played his ass off.
Muth, he played his... Hayward, that's what I meant. Yeah, Hayward. He played his ass off. Beanie Bishop came up with a crazy interception.
Sure did.
To give the Steelers hope.
Sure did. Is there anyone else I'm forgetting? Outside of that, it's just nothing crazy. This is an awful, despicable game.
An awful collapse to the season. 4 straight losses.
Like
Not too long ago, we were 10-3.
Like I was surprised that they were still even in it. Like somehow, some way, the Steelers still found themselves to be in the vicinity to win this game, and they still fall flat on their face. I can't say I'm surprised, but it's just the fashion that they do it. It's just like, wow, really?
That's because of poor preparation, poor execution, poor playing ability.
Yep.
Poor coaching. And it all has led to a 4-game losing streak, an absolute regular season collapse toward the tail end before the playoffs. How can you look at this team going into the playoffs and thinking, man, like they could win a playoff game? Hell fucking no.
No.
No shot.
I have absolutely zero faith that they're going to win a playoff game, dude. How is a team that has 4 straight losses heading into the postseason? I don't think they're capable of winning, especially since they haven't won in however many years now, since 2016. They were 10-3. Now they're 10-7, ending the 2024 regular season.
Yeah.
Same record as last year with a new OC, a new quarterback. Quarterbacks, yes. 2 good quarterbacks. Well, Russ was good at a time. But now he can't start next week. I know he will, but he just can't.
It's insufferable to watch this team. It's insufferable to watch the same case, the same end of the season, year by year.
At this point, I am excited at the idea that the season could be over. I want it to end.
Just thank God.
I want it to end.
Just thank God. Just end it. Just put us out of our misery. Just end it at this point. Because I don't know how much longer I could take this shit.
Steel Nation, get ready for another one-and-done season. Get ready for another loss in the wild card and pray it's not another blowout. Get ready for another loss in the playoffs.
Even prayers can't save us, dude. Nothing can save this team.
No. Get ready for the same season all over again.
I hate feeling this way. I hate saying that, but that's just how I feel. I'm just being honest.
Change is so necessary.
But no change will happen. That's the problem. No change will happen because Tomlin got another winning season, double-digit wins, and Art Rooney thinks everything's fine because that's the standard. That's success. And that is not success.
And he got an extension. And Arthur Smith, despite the rumors that teams are interested in him being a head coach, I doubt he's going anywhere. He's with us for another 2 years, minimum. Terrell Austin just got extended. We're stuck with this coaching staff.
Some people in the fan base and Art Rooney think that having those guys is enough for success.
We are so toast, you might as well call us Corey Trice.
We're so screwed. We are cooked. We are done.
We are cooked, chat. Absolutely cooked. That's your post game. If there's anything I missed, let us know in the chat. Let us know in the comments.
Let us know how you guys feel in the comments below.
Those are just our immediate feelings after watching what a failure of an attempt of a comeback.
It is sad to see how this organization has come, what has turned into, how complacent this organization has become.
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
This is very ridiculous. I'm going to close it out before we start repeating ourselves. See you in the next one. Let's get ready for, I guess, Baltimore. Maybe the Chargers, or maybe the Texans.
We'll find out come tomorrow, so.
I'm banking on Baltimore. We'll see you next week.
Yay.
See you in the next one, man.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe. And let's just put us out of our misery.
Get over and done with.
Peace.